Hopefully some people come back. I'm only going to do this for a little while. YouTube, what's up again? I think I'm in drop D right now. Russ, my bad. Yeah, I was trying to get this thing off I pulled up on there, and it ended it. Bill, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, all you guys? Sorry, I'm jamming for a second. Yeah, we got a little special guest behind me. You can barely see him. He's sleeping. But compressor pedal. Yeah, man, I've got... I don't have a compressor pedal on right now, but right now I've got the Wampler tumnus turned on, and I've got my volume pretty low. I'm at the guitar on like 6. It's not that loud in here. Normally on these live streams I play a lot louder, but I got this small puppy in here, and I'm trying not to blow him away. He's a pretty heavy sleeper. He doesn't seem to mind, but I might as well not like hurt his ears, right? But the compressor pedal I use is a JHS Pulp and Peel, and I'll show you. So here, let me turn because the Wampler's, the drive's going to give it a little bit of compression anyways. And right now I'm on these back two, which gives it that squishy, compressed vibe, you know, that... Let me turn off the Wampler. Here's just clean. Ooh, that's incredibly out of tune. Oh yeah, we're not quite on the money there. Okay, there we go. Ooh, it sounds like I only just tuned that low A string, but... okay, we just went out of tune all together, huh? Oh, way all together. I see some questions rolling in. I'm going to answer some of you guys' questions. Hang out and talk. I'll introduce you to the dog if you want to see the dog. Just a second. Let's see if we can... Oh. Okay, what happened and why did that just happen? There we go. Okay. Man, tough time today. JHS Pulp and Peel. Okay, so this is without it. Gotta turn the tuner off, huh? See, and I use it as a volume boost. So see how much that just boosted the volume? I gotta roll the volume. Thanks, 6-String Racer. But that's with the Pulp and Peel. I mostly use it for a volume boost, and especially on these single coil guitars. Would you recommend a wireless practice amp for someone new to bass? If so, have any cheap recs? Breaker, the only wireless practice amp I got is the Spark 2, which is great. I can't remember how much they are. They may be 200, 250, something like that. So It's cheap, but not like $100 cheap. Those are awesome, and it would work for bass. I use guitar for it, but it is awesome. I keep it in my living room, and I play with it out in the living room, and it's great. So, do you accept the beautiful? He said, I would pay up to $15 to see your elbows. Do you accept the beautiful exchange? That kind of sounds like I'm selling myself out. I don't know why you want to see my elbow. Boom. It's a normal elbow, you know? I don't know. Ha. I think that might be the weirdest request we've had on a stream yet. But, you know, I'll take... She wants to see the naked elbow. There's the elbow. Okay. I'll do it. That's about, I think, as far as we'll go on here. No feet. Okay, Bill. Hey, thanks, Bill. Okay, Russ, let me check out your question. Any tips for playing cover tunes as second guitar where first guitar is strumming open chords? So I try to learn some specific guitar parts or just fill out the chords higher on the neck with triads. Thanks. Okay, hey, great question, Russ. I've done this a lot, and there's two ways you can go about it. I'd say it's a little bit of both. If you're improvising and you don't know what the guitar part is in the song, and the other guy's playing a... Let me turn this off. Let's say the other guitar player is doing that, you know, and you don't know what the other part is. Maybe you do something like... You know, maybe you do something like that. I don't know. So the triads up the neck are great if you don't know the parts. A good way to start with this, though, is listen to the tracks that you're playing and learn those second guitar parts. If the chord progression is that, I promise there's another part somewhere in there probably that's doing some version of... And that's why the cage system's so powerful, right? Because here, if he's playing that G down here, I know I could play this G, I could play this G, up here, here, here. You know, it gives you all your triads. You probably wouldn't play this low one, but you could. Right, you go here, I could go here, I could go here, I could go back up to here, or just little pieces of it. You could do just two notes. Here's just the 1 and the 5. I could go... So Russ, I'd practice on playing some triads on your own in other parts of the neck in case you're playing a song that you're not familiar with, like the B guitar part or whatever. But then also, I'd check out those second guitar parts on the record because that'll give you more ideas, you know? I hope that helps. Thanks for the question, Russ. Hey, thank you. Maya, thank you. What playing? I've just been improvising, honestly. I don't think I've played anything. He's fitting to clone me with my elbows. I knew that was coming. Ha. Hello, bro. That's wild. Yeah. Ha. It's funny. Bro, I just joined and he's selling elbow picks. Ha. Well, I'm not selling it because no one tipped me. So, he was lying. Hey, Tim. Hope you're well. Hey, Ben. Great to see you. Just got here. Can I see the pup? Hey, yeah. You guys want to see the dog? Boom. His name is Stetson. Here, let me lower the camera in case the chat is... blocking it for you guys. Look at that. Look at that. He is 8 weeks old. And look at that little guy. We just went on a big walk. This is like taking care of a baby. Hey, can I get some likes? It says there's 67 people in there. Can we hit some likes for this dog in there? Just a couple. Just a couple. If you're in here and you like it, this is the sweetest little guy, but it is like taking care of a small child. And he just does not want to be away from me. If I put him on the ground right now, he'll just start crying. But he sits right here. I also just wore him out on a little walk. Went to a park. He's brand new. I mean, he's a little guy. But check it out. There's some of the dog action while we're playing now. Okay, let me answer a couple of your guys' questions. There's the dog, though. He's going to be here the whole time. He's going to be here the whole time. Sorry that my arm's kind of blocking him. Look at this little guy. He is asleep. I wore him out on that walk. Hey, thanks for the likes on the stream, too, you guys. I've been trying to do the content and get stuff out, but man, it's hard. This guy's brand new, and it is like a little kid. I can't really like leave him alone at all. In fact, I'm teaching 2 lessons tomorrow, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I might have to just do this, you know. But okay, I just got here. Can I see the pup? Let me answer. Elbow picks be the new trend, huh? I know, people are getting weird. I won't go past any elbow stuff. Although, still didn't get any tips for it, so never again. Never again. Hey, Tom, thanks for the question. Okay, here's a weird guitar question. Does your big ring ever get in the way while playing? Mine always hits the fretboard, making unwanted noise. So, that's a great question. It's big on top. On the bottom, obviously, it's not crazy, but you know, that does happen. And especially if I'm doing like a... Let's try and... Hear it? If I'm doing stuff like that, or... So just a little bit. I've gotten so used to playing it. This specific move, it hits it, and I do that live in our Lanco set, and on my DGT, the paint is worn away right there from me hitting it like that. But I will say acoustic, when I'm playing acoustic, sometimes I do take it off because you can't hear it. When it's electric and you're plugged up, you will never be able to hear it, but that is a factor. I know, it is a factor. Okay, favorite pick. These are my favorite go-to picks. Actually, this one, the logo's worn off, but it's these flows. I was always a Fender Medium guy, and I switched to these. This little flow pick. Love these things, man. And I use the shoulder of it. I don't use this point down here. I use the shoulder. But these have just the slightest kind of point on the shoulder, and I like it, man. It's got the... Okay, nice PRS kit fiddle. Hey, thanks, Marty. Wow, I'm way behind on the comments, you guys. I don't think I know any Dwight Yoakam off the top of my head, to be honest. Native here, love that teal ring and the guitar. Hey, thanks. It does match, you know, doesn't it? This matches. I have another one on his hand. Both of them are turquoise. This one was passed down from family. My mom's side of the family is native. And then this one I bought. But they do match the guitar, don't they? Yeah, I haven't even thought about that. I don't know any Guns N' Roses off the top of my head. Okay, sorry, we're going to get rid of all those messages. Hey, thanks. I'm glad you guys like it. Please explain about the blue note. I think you're just talking about that. It's that. It's that. So in the pentatonic, you're just adding those 2 notes. It's 1 note actually, but 2 octaves of it. And it just adds that kind of... Okay. Is there an order? Okay. How much would you say you practice daily at this point in the game? Hey, my Sly Fly. Good question. A good amount. I used to practice more, but I'm also at this point in the game, as you say, I'm just playing all the time for work. So this is part of that. But then just I'm traveling a lot. I'm playing live a ton. I'm either practicing music for that. So sitting down and actually practice, I'm putting the guitar in my hands pretty much every day. There's certain days I'm traveling and I can't put the guitar in my hands physically. There's just not time or a place to. But a lot of times I am. So I don't have like a great specific number, but I'm trying to get my hands on the instrument every day. Even if I'm just noodling some, you know, you're not getting any worse. Just getting the reps in, getting the reps in. Is there an order to the notes in the chord? I know there is 1, 3, and 5, but open E major chord goes 1 E string, 5 A string, 1 D. Yeah, see, then you get the third. So why is it 1, 5, 1, 3? So the only real order that matters is the lowest note, because that's going to define whether it's an inversion or not. So the lowest note, like in an E, when you say that, because you are going 1, 5, 1, 3, just like you said, and it's 5, 1 up top. It's really just the lowest note, though, that changes the difference. If I play those same notes, but I do a 2 in the bottom, it's a very different type of sound. But let's try a different thing. Here's a 3 in the bottom, the major third in the bottom. Now that's an E major, but it's an E major with a third in the root. And hear the difference, like, and there I'm playing 3, 1, 5, 1. You know, I could get fancy, and this is a really fancy one of them. But it really just matters the lowest note, because that's saying an inversion. Now let's put the 5 in the bass. This would be the 5, right? So we could do something like this. Like this. And the 5 in the bass is pretty. Classic example is a C major chord with that G low. You know, here's a 4 in the bass with the C. Right, here's a third in the bass with the C. You know, which is almost like an A minor if you put the 6 in the bass. So it's really just the lowest note that matters for that. Thanks for the great question, though. I can really recommend the Dunlop's Max grips have this pattern that keeps from slipping when the fingers get sweaty. Hey, Tom, I know what you're talking about. The only reason I don't use those is because I use the shoulder. And sometimes those little ridges, I think that's what you're talking about, the ridges on it. They have little baby bumps or something. Sometimes, since I use the edge and not the point, those will catch on the string, and it gives me a lot of high end. I'm doing good. How are you guys doing? Man, we got a killer stream going on here. Greatest love story, Alicia. I don't have my slide here. I don't play the main part that you're used to in Greatest Love Story. That dun 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 dun. But I'm doing with the slide that, of course, I don't have sitting in here. Actually, I do. But we're gonna wake the pup up. Okay, little guy. Okay, let me get this. Didn't even move. Okay, let me get this slide out. I'll show you what I play on Greatest Love Story, which is the part that once I play it, if you know the song, you'll be like, oh, that's that part. And that's that part. Let's use the glass slide. I always use a brass slide, but I'm reaching in, and the first thing I see right now is the glass slide. So what I'm playing, ooh, this slide is very cracked. Very cracked. The inside's not cracked, but the outside is. Okay. I'm playing this for Grace Lifter. You know, and I normally have like all these effects on. I'm doing like this type of thing we're going. And then I'm doing a lot of... My volume pedal's really noisy. I gotta clean that up. But that's what I'm playing on there. Huh. But that's what I'm playing on Greatest Love Story, is I just play those little... Remember the solos. Anyways, ha! How do I F major? I like to play F major like this with my thumb. What, puppy time? Yeah, y'all see him? He is dead asleep. Dead asleep. And I'll tell you what, you guys, I've got, it's 4:38 right now. I've got a lesson at 5 with Dan, if you're on here, Dan. But I've got a lesson. So we're just going for about another 20 minutes or so. But we got plenty of time right now, so I'll keep answering some questions. I am way behind on the comments, you guys. I'll tell you what, I am so sorry. Yes, all of you, you can ask a question. Basil, what's up? Played a gig a couple weeks ago and totally overshot a slide on the B string. Man, was it loud and noticeable. Hey, you know what? We have all been there. I tell this story a bunch. One time I was playing that Eagles song, One of These Nights. One of these nights. And before the solo, the whole band kind of stops. They go like, wow, wow, down, kicking, that type of thing. And I go for that big bend and the whole band stops. Also, this is at like 11 a.m. in a bar with like 4 people in it. And we're playing loud. It's a downtown bar in Nashville years ago. And I just bend like completely in the wrong key. Just whole, you know. That's one of the only times where I went for that bend real big, this and that. And I actually just flat out stopped for a second. And the whole band kind of laughed and we just laughed it off. And then I ripped a good solo, but... Been a Lanco fan for years. Hey, thanks, Alicia. If you're a Lanco fan, then you probably know this one. This one I can actually play like the... This is what I play for Born to Love You. I did it. If you're a fan, also, you know the. That's a great one. This one. But anyways, hey, thanks, Alicia. I've only been playing about 3 years. If I miss a day of practice, I really noticed it in my technique. I still feel that some. You know, it's maybe different, but that's true. You know, it's one of those things where you just get in what you put, or you get out what you put in. It takes a lot of work, man. A lot of work. Yeah, but it is true. Okay. Hey there, can you please explain modes to me? I swear I've watched 50 videos on it and I don't understand when to use what mode. Thanks. Okay. Let's see. Is it Alan? So Alan, puppy. Yes, there he is. He's you can't see him that well. He's fast asleep. It is a baby, a puppy, Italian greyhound. He's about 8 weeks old, and I think he weighs about 2.5, 3 pounds. Very tiny. Okay, I'll talk about the modes. But you shouldn't worry too much about it. You know, if you get too stuck all the time in thinking like what mode to use, I think it's just going to confuse you. But let me explain at least what they are, and maybe this will help. So let's like play it in C, where like we're playing a C major scale. Oh, let's do it here. So first you got to know your major scale. If you don't know your major scale, then don't even worry about the modes. Just start with the major scale. Once you know the major scale, we're going to start on C. Here I'm playing C major, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Those are the intervals I'm playing, right? So C major, there's a pattern, and you just have to commit this to memory. I don't think there's any trick. There's no way around it. Maybe there's an acronym, but it's just committing it to memory. So 1. Major scale is also Ionian mode. Ionian mode just means major scale. Ionian is major. So each interval, when I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, all have a mode to them. There's a mode named after them. Now this is just the diatonic modes. There's other more complex stuff. You could get into playing the harmonic minor and all the modes off of that. We're not going to go there because first you need to just understand this. So when I play just the C major scale, I'm playing 1 to 1. The interval 1 up to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it's octave. 1 again. That's Ionian. So if you keep the same shape, you don't change the shape. We're not going to change any shape. So here's our C major. But we're going to start from the second note and go 2 to 2. 2 to 2. Now the second mode in diatonic major, right, normal major scale, the second mode is Dorian. So that's going to be, what is that? C, D, Dorian. So the second mode of C major is D, Dorian. So there, you play the same shape, the same notes. You're just, instead of from going 1 to 1, now we're going to go 2 to 2. So here's normal major scale. Okay, now we're going to go 2 to 2. This is D, Dorian. There it is. If you start on the 3, it's Phrygian. 3 to 3. Okay, if we start on 4, it's Lydian. Start on 5, it's Mixolydian. Start on 6, it's Aeolian, which just means minor. It's just a minor scale. So then we got, where was I? And that's why if we're in the key of C, because we're playing in C, the relative minor is A minor. And when you count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that note is A. That's why the relative minor is A minor. And that's A Aeolian, which just means the minor scale. It's just the mode name for it. That's all it is. So you go up to 7, it's Locrian, and all you do is play 7 to 7. We're gonna go. Am I ever using that? No, I'm never even thinking about that. But, oh, little guy's having a dream. You all right? You all right? He came out of it. And then it's back to 1, you know? So when to use those, if we're in the key of C, but we're starting from the 2 chord and it's emphasizing the 2 chord. So let's say I play a progression like this. That's where you could kind of hit that D Dorian thing. I should loop it, to be honest. But there, I'm thinking I'm technically on the key of C, even though we never hit C, and I'm thinking we're going 2, 3, 6. And then I added a dominant 6 for a second to lead us back. But, so that's where you kind of think like, let's just do that easy groove. Hold on. Okay, I'll loop it. 3, 4. Anyways, hope that helped a little bit. I got 10 more minutes left on here, you guys. So let me ask some more questions. Realized my lack of thumb ability after you got Life Without Me stuck in my head. Learning routine on the last. Hey, that's a great one. Hey, isn't that a great one to practice that, though? It really is. Yo, he says, yo, let me tell you a story. Said, your Fender is fire. Thanks, although this one is not a Fender. All right, Basil, what compressor are you using? I've been building one into my rig and like the subtle settings. I agree. I like the subtle settings. I don't have it on right now, but I use the Pulp and Peel, the JHS Pulp and Peel. When you say play the modular picking, I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Are you talking about hybrid picking? Sorry, I don't know any punk stuff. Here, hold on just a second. I got a couple people spamming it, so I gotta block them. I say this all the time. If y'all are spamming the chat, I'm just gonna block it. But anyways, okay. Stevie Ray Vaughan, okay, I got you. Last couple minutes. Hey, thank you for the 10. Ron 10. Thanks for answering my modes question. Makes sense. I hope that helps a little bit. I know it takes a lot of practice. And don't get too stuck on them. But I appreciate you for the tip. And thanks for the first tip of the day. And I already got 5 likes. Heck yeah. First time tuning in. Hey, thanks, LJ. Check this out, you guys. Can you see this little guy? You might not be able to see it because of the chat. Look at this. This is Stetson is his name. And he is tired. We went on a big walk before this. He's 8 weeks old. Brand new little guy. Hell yeah for the 10. Absolutely. Hell yeah for the 10. Thank you so much, you guys. He's moving to a place now where it's going to be hard to play. Okay, anyways. It's only, hey, any tip is any tip. Hey, thanks for the subscribe, you guys, too. I hope you guys are enjoying this. There we go. Jeez, I had a pop in my jaw. I'm normally just on here doing YouTube and not with a dog, but that's because I've had this dog for about 3 days. Flew back from Park City, Utah with him. Got this little guy. But he's an Italian Greyhound, 8 weeks old. He's probably about 2.5, 3 pounds maybe. He'll get about 12, 15 pounds. They're small dogs. Super sweet. He's got a lot of energy right now. Training him, teaching him, but he's a sweet little guy, as you can see. I mean, he's just, and it's funny, if I put him on the ground right now, he doesn't really want to sleep on the ground, and he'll just whine. All this dog wants is just to be on you, touching you, you know? So, but hey, thanks. It definitely is a tiny beast. Let me tell you, it is like, I don't have any kids, so everybody says this, but it's like having a little baby at home, man. I can't leave him alone. He just, if he's not absolutely knocked out sleeping, he is just destroying stuff. But hey, you guys, I'm going to answer a couple more questions. I got about 4 more minutes on here. Then I got a lesson I got to teach, which I will shamelessly plug myself and say, if you guys are interested in lessons, you can reach out to timhavenmusic@gmail.com. I do FaceTime lessons. I talk about all kinds of stuff, anything you'd like to. Improvising, working with the cage system, blues, funk, lots of country stuff. What's it like to tour? Hey, and we just got another tip in the chat. Love the guitar. Hey, LJ, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. Thank you. Heck yeah. Stetson does too. He's asleep, but he says, yes, thank you so much. Did y'all hear that? He said, no. Are you awake, little guy? I need you to keep sleeping good like that for this lesson. I'm thinking of making a YouTube channel so I can go live too. You absolutely should. I love doing this, man. I love hanging out on here and playing guitar and answering your guys' questions. I've got more videos coming, but I need to edit it. And this is surprisingly easy to do live because he'll just sit on my lap. But I've been so busy with the dog that I just... Gabriel, hey, thanks, man. We got a bunch of new people in here. I'm loving seeing it. Hey, I also missed a couple all-out guitar. Let me answer a couple more of these questions or before you get on. What is your rate for online lessons? My Sly Fly, I do $1 a minute. $1 a minute. Normally, I do a 60-minute lesson, but if that doesn't work for you and your budgets, I'll go all the way down to a 30-minute lesson. So that would be $30 or $60 for a 60-minute lesson. So pretty standard. I'll work on whatever you want, especially if you do the 30-minute lesson. It's good to talk. I'll message you, email back and forth before some, but have a good idea of where we're kind of wanting to go so we can make the most out of the 30 minutes. Normally with the 60 minutes, I've got a good 10 minutes up front to talk to you, get to know you, where you're at plan-wise, what you're wanting to work on and talk about. The 30-minute lessons obviously just half as much time, but it's half the price. So, yeah, that's it, you guys. I'm happy to do a lesson. Just reach out to that timhavenmusic@gmail.com. And I'm happy to, I won't go less than 30-minute lesson only because I just can't like give you, you're not going to get anything out of like a 15-minute lesson. You know, we got to like, it's got to be at least 30 minutes. Honestly, I'd sit and do a 2-hour lesson with you if you really wanted to, but I could sit and talk all day. Okay, let me answer a couple more questions because I got to hop off in 2 minutes. Call Dan up, great student, one of my longest standing students now. I have a great time with Dan. It's great hanging out with him on here. But found an Epiphone Les Paul for $180 at Pawn Shop. When I got there, check it out. It's 20% off, so I bought a Fishman amp, and it sounded great. Almost brand new with case and stand for $140. All-out guitar. That is awesome. Now, that is a steal. New David Gilmour albums has so much sauce. Been glad to see that my guitar... Glad to see that and my guitar since album came out. Heck yeah, I need to listen to it. I haven't listened to it yet. You guys. Let me like this. LJ, thank you so much. Do you think it will be worth the money to buy an Ibanez? It's a beauty. Hey, to be honest, Gabriel, I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with it. Yeah, this one is a PRS. And I'm sorry, I got to rush through these comments because you guys, I've got to be a good teacher and call my student on time. I got about 1 minute, but just caught it. Hey, yeah, look, everybody, you can say goodbye to Stetson. I'll be back on more this week, a little bit later. I've got a video coming out. But you guys, thank you so much. Great live stream, great hanging out. Thank you so much for the tips. Reach out, timhavenmusic@gmail. It's the same as my YouTube handle, just at Gmail. If you're interested in a lesson, we'll get a lesson going. All right? Goodbye, everybody. Can you say goodbye? Goodbye. Look at that. He's alive, I promise. He's so asleep. Okay, you guys. Until next time, there he is. Oh, the beast is awoken. Just in time for the lesson. How are you going to cause a havoc? Okay, I got to go, you guys. I got to give Dan a call. Hey, love you all. Until next time, peace. Oh, he's on the move. There he is. We'll show you now. In all his glory. We're going to have to move you, little guy. Okay, bye, guys. Till next time.